Hey guys, it's me once again to talk about True Detective Season 1. This time we're talking about Episode 4, Who Goes There, and this is by far the best episode of this show. It might not be as tightly written as the first episode or the second episode, but this is an episode that just escalates and just keeps going and going until it just explodes. And it's just a fantastic watch. And I don't know, I love this episode. So, how it starts out is, well, from what we learned from the previous episode, um, there's this guy, Reggie Ledoux, that they are after that knew the girl that was murdered in the first episode. And he might possibly be the man that they're looking for. And so they learn that he's part of this biker gang, and he is basically dealing with all these types of drugs and stuff, and they need to find a way to infiltrate and learn about his operation, learn where he is, and it just continues like that. And the last 10 minutes of this episode are just completely amazing, and we'll get into that near the end. I want to focus, of course, on this whole idea that we've been going through with the previous episodes, and that is our two main leads and how the show revolves around them. This one, again, focuses much more on Marty again, still having to deal with trouble in his love life. In this episode, his wife finds out about his affair and leaves him, and this leaves him in a really distraught situation. He has to deal with this. He knows he messed up and he's trying to fix it, but she doesn't want any of it, which completely understandable. He's been kind of a dick, and I love that stuff. But what this show and what this episode does incredibly well is actually focusing more on the case itself this time around. And boy, oh boy, once we get to the 30-minute mark, things have been slowly building up, and it continues to build from there. So basically, Rust learns that the biker gang that they're dealing with is a biker gang that he has run into in the past, from his time in Texas. And he infiltrates it, and by doing that, he has to get like on all these drugs and stuff and help this biker gang attack another biker gang, basically. And this leads to an amazing sequence where the camera is a still shot for 6 or so minutes. It's completely done in one take, and there's a lot of moving parts. Basically, all hell breaks loose during this scene. There's a huge shootout in this development, and so the camera's moving as we see our characters, Rust, going around from building to building, and then he eventually captures one of the biker members that can help and lead him to Reggie Ledoux. And this sequence is just flawless and perfect, and I wonder if there are any cuts here or there, or if this was really done in one complete take, because it's really impressive. It reminds me a lot of Hill House, season or episode 6 of Hill House, where a lot of that was done in several long takes, and that was very impressive there, and it's very impressive here. Um, this one is definitely a lot more action going on than in Hill House, and it's extremely impressive, even after 4 years, because the show came out in 2014. This is fantastic, and it really makes this episode stick out among the first three, and it's because of those last 10 minutes. And I just think that this episode just perfectly escalates when it needs to, and everything just builds, and it's just a really entertaining episode. Just a very entertaining hour of a great, great show. So yeah, I loved this episode. This is definitely my favorite episode of the season thus far. So I'll be looking forward to watching the next episode. I'm completely in love with this show all over again. Everything about it just is just some of the best episodes of television I've ever watched. This is, I love it. But yeah, that's really all I've got to say about this. It's just a very impressive episode. It might not have the tight writing of the previous episodes, but it definitely makes up for it in the filmmaking aspect, and that's much appreciated. I just love it. But anyway, guys, that's really all I've got to say. So, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.